So in September of 2000, I got to Fort Benning, Georgia. Was it Sandhill? I think it was Sandhill Infantry Brigade. And I remember looking at everyone and, you know, sizing everyone up. And I mean, that's how we did when I was in my old neighborhood, man. And, you know, when it would be new people, we would size them up to figure out, you know, if they were a threat, if they were strong or if they were weak. And my battle buddy, my bunkmate, I was on the bottom bunk and he was on the top bunk. And the drill sergeants weren't even drill sergeants yet, because it was day -1. It wasn't, the boot camp didn't even start yet, or basic training hadn't even started yet. And so the drill sergeants were really nice. Hi guys, you know, this is your bunks, this is where the latrine is, which is the bathroom. You know, these are your roster numbers based on your duffel bag and the last four, your social, all that stuff. And my battle buddy, my bunkmate, he was a skinny dude. He was petite, frail. He wasn't, you know, muscular and athletic. And you can tell that he had a chip on his shoulder. He didn't want to be there. None of us wanted to be there except for that one guy. I wasn't that one guy. Well, I'll go to bed and we wake up to the horrific sound of bang, 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 bang. Get up now! And you got like 5 or 6 drills like rolling up and down the bunk area with baseball bats inside the trash cans, these 10 trash cans, smashing them like remarkably hard. I'm like, man, why you gotta be doing that with a baseball bat to a trash can, man? You could have just said, wake up, y'all, let's get it. Nope. And then my bunkmate, my battle buddy, we're all saying, like, the drill sergeant saying, toe the line, toe the line, toe the line, toe the line. And all the other soldiers saying, toe the line, toe the line, toe the line. And what toe the line means is you go to the end of your bunk and you face, they call it the kill zone, which is this glossed, buffed area inside the middle of the barrack, the particular barrack that we were in. So we're all toeing the line, and my battle was, that's what I call my short. Like, if you ever hear me or see me type out something or say something, when I say battle, that means that the person is a battle buddy, whether they were in the Army, the Navy, the Coast Guard, the Air Force, Marines. It's a battle, that's what it is. So, but he's hyperventilating. He's tripping. He's like, like this. And no one else notices, but I notice it because I can hear it and I can feel his shoulder touching mine, like he's panting. He's freaked the fudge out. And I start laughing, because when I get nervous, I start laughing. I don't know if I've always done that, but I was laughing because I thought it was funny. But then I was like tripping. I was like, man, I'm scared of my own self in my own way, and I'm showing it my own way by laughing. And I actually got in trouble for that. The drill sergeant saw me laughing, and boy, he busted my hind end, and everyone got in trouble for it. So needless to say, I didn't make friends first week. But so my battle was he was hyperventilating. And fast forward to graduation day. And graduation day, the family members, my girlfriend, her parents, which is my wife now, and my in-laws, my mom, my dad, my brother, my little brother. And it was a proud day. You know, we made it. 13 weeks, we made it. And in reflection, telling stories to the parents, you know, we were roasting each other. You know, we were roasting the drill sergeants, and the drill sergeants were really cool, because now you're a soldier. You've been through basic training, and you made it. You didn't quit. because it was hard. It was hard being stripped away from your family, your friends, certainty, predictability. That's why people don't leave the old neighborhood. It's because of that. Family. So my battle's mom and dad and little sister. It was a little sister. She was probably like maybe 13, 14 years old. An impressionable young lady. Her big brother is in the Army. And then the parents, their son made it through basic training, boot camp, and they're proud. And because I didn't know much about talking to people or etiquette, social etiquette, and reading body language and all that stuff, I tell them the story about their son, her brother, her older brother, panicking the first day, and how funny it was, and I can see he was feeling a little uneasy, and he was like, dude, stop, man. But I kept going. The laughter, everyone was, sharing their own interpretations of what happened, and then we moved on. Parents being shown around the barracks, like this is what I had to do with a toothbrush, and this is the shower stall that I always had to clean, and bathrooms and toilets. And when we were dressed up, we were in our Class A uniforms. When we finished up, the parents started leaving, and the other soldiers, my other battle buddies, were taking their family downstairs. And in my battle, came up to me when I was at my locker, and I was closing my locker and taking all my pictures out of it, and then closing up for the last time. He walks up to me and he grabs me by my throat with an open hand, and he puts his hand on my throat, and he smashes me up against the wall locker. And my head hit my combination lock. And my head hit the thing, and my dad's no one to mess with. My dad used to roll at the Hells Angels, and my dad used to be one of them bikers that just loved to fight, but he never fought for no reason. He was always fighting for the underdog, because he himself was. He was always the smallest, he was always the quietest, but he was always the most aggressive. And he was fair. He saw it happen. I didn't know that he saw it happen, but he did. He didn't step in. I guess he was just seeing what I was going to do. And my battle was like, I told you to effing stop, but you didn't. That's my family, man. That's my family. And then he just walked away, and he had, tears in his eyes. And I was angry. I was like, because of ego. Dude, I'm like bleeding. I didn't know I was bleeding until my dad gave me a napkin. And I didn't know that he saw it, but when he was walking behind me, he saw the blood. And my ego was front and center. My ego was like, everything told me that I was going to bust his butt. When the families were gone, I was going to get back at him. And I said to him, because of my ego, and I realized then that I crossed the line, and instead of saying I'm sorry, I said the wisest thing for you to do is to take your hand off my throat and to walk away. And I said it with the most calm. I was shook on the inside. I was shook. My adrenaline was just pumping. I was like, man, my fight or flight's kicking in. I got to do something about this. But I knew me fighting him was only going to make things worse, because I was going to hurt him, and then in fact I was going to make things worse for me. So fast forward, we didn't talk for we didn't talk for a while. And before I went off to airborne school, I saw him in the barracks across the way where I was at school. And so I went over to him and I said, "Yo, man, can I talk to you for a minute?" He says, "Yeah." And I can tell he had his guard up, like I wounded him, I hurt him, and I was supposed to be there for him as his battle buddy and to protect him when he's the most vulnerable, like he is for me. Sorry about the exposure or whatever. And we're leaning out the window and we're smoking a cigarette. And I said, I've been burdened by something, and I wanted to talk to you about it. And this is the first opportunity that I've had to be able to share this with you. And so he's thinking, like, you know, I'm gonna rub dirt in his face again and embarrass him again. And I said, "I'm sorry. I hurt you, and I shouldn't have done that, and I didn't know what I was doing when I was doing it. And I want to ask for your forgiveness." And the look in his face was like, I forgave you after. I forgave you the day of, but I couldn't let you get away with it knowing that it didn't hurt me. And I didn't know how else to share it with you because of the way, because I got into a fight with somebody and everyone knew that I knew how to fight. Because I used to box before I went into the Army. I can throw hands. I know I can. But I don't like go and broadcast it. But he realized that the only way for me to get it, to get the fact that this is what was hurting him, was for him to actually engage with me at a violent level. He wasn't violent. He was like the furthest away from violence. But he knew something about me that I didn't. He knew that he had to get through to me and to speak my language, the language that I spoke back then when I was 18, and I was 21 years old, 20 years old. You know, it's amazing. You get baited into question or baited into arguments and disagreements or fights or whatever with other people in the community. And it's so easy to lash out at those other people and to cast blame on them and belittle them and, you know, make fun of their ethnicity or their race or their age or their disability or their hanger size or strength or league status or win percentage, damage average. But why? Why are we fighting? Why are we doing this to each other? Go into Facebook and read some of the comments. People being called fags or the N-word or dykes or other, like, making, like, you know, people from, you know, the United States making fun of Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and Cubans. Why? Or the other way around, making fun of Americans, making fun of white people. Why? We're all hurting. Like, do I have to do a PSA and to let you know? Funny that stop sign is right there. Stop. Stop hurting each other. And realize that other person, you don't even know. It's an alias. Majority of the people that are on there with their Facebook names and their in-game names, they're aliases. It's not the real person. I can bet you, I would say probably, if we're looking at the 80-20 rule, 20% of the people's names that you see on Facebook in the War Robot community is an alias or is real. The other 80% are aliases. It's not them. Why are we bullying each other? And then you got some people that actually, like, step on, like, If you got one person that starts to bully, you'll get like another person that starts to bully, and then another person starts to bully that one person. Why? Why? Because you never know that that person that you're bullying could be like some disabled young man that has a nonprofit organization that has helped millions of people, saved millions of people from committing suicide or helping the homeless. And yeah, they got a weak hanger. So what? You had a weak hanger at one point. I had a weak hanger at one point. And sometimes I still have a weak hanger. Why do I do this YouTube thing? Why do I even record my gameplay? I'm not that good. I know I'm good, but I'm not that good. I started it because I was going through a rough time in my life, and I knew that if I didn't do something, I was going to just go down in flames. And I wasn't going to make anything of my life. I wasn't going to do much. And I was going to be Lemon, the deaf poet, says, a rhythmless void. I'll be a rhythmless void. I would have no rhythm, and I would be just a void in this world, taking up space. So in a day of vulnerability, I decided that I was going to make a video, and I was going to make fun of myself playing this game, talking about teabagging folks. Yeah, it's funny, but sometimes people that are comedic and are constantly laughing, and they're just as wounded as you. It's just that they're using humor to hide it. So if you see people on Facebook bullying people, step in to help them. If you see people in the game being taken, like, a bunch of specters, going after a Griffin or a Lancelot or a Leo or something like that, and you yourself have a Spectre or Bulgasari or Fury Redeemer or what's that stuff that shoots the blue goo? The Flux. Help out that player. Take out some of those Spectres, the Bulgasari. Bring down the shield. Bring them down a notch. And let them know that even though that person is a random, like you're a random in the match, or you might be in a 4-man squad, and your 5th man, is like a Diamond League player in Champion League. For some reason, he just happens to be there. Roll with that dude and try to protect him. Hey, y'all, I gotta make sure that this guy stands up straight and get some kills. Because I know what it's like to have been there with one Leo and the rest like unleveled Griffins or a Cossack, or you know what I'm saying? Not everyone is shamming, not everyone is tanking, not everyone is sandbag. What is it, sandbag or sandbag? Whatever the word is. Small acts of kindness, y'all, because you have no idea when you're the most vulnerable and somebody can come through and just lift you up. Hey man, I was there. I know what it's like. I'm just a beggar showing another beggar where to find the bread. That's it. And I'm telling you that right now. All I am is a beggar trying to show other people where to find bread. Because I know what it's like to have been bullied. I know what it's like to have been, roughed up against the wall because I hurt somebody's feelings, and that person was the only way for that person to get through to me was to match my verbal bullish, my verbal violence with physical violence. When he himself doesn't even throw a hand, never been in a fight before. But in a moment of desperation and to save his ego, so that his little sister looks up to him, and to remind the person that brought him down a notch to stand up straight and have higher standards for yourself. This is 18 years later, and you can tell it's still going right here. Let's get an oar and get this boat going because we're in it together. I love you guys. Peace.